Hey guys, welcome back to Black Clover Mobile. So I wasn't going to make this video. I was literally just waiting to make a video on this game once we got an official global announcement, because I know a lot of people are losing interest in this game and all that stuff because of the delayed release and everything like that. I have not been playing it. I basically, in the first sort of like 2 to 3 weeks when it came out in Canadian version, I grinded about 6 accounts to test early game progression to see how quick I could get to max gear farming. Basically, when global comes out, I want to try and rush and see how well I can compete in PvP as free to play in those first few weeks, because that's what I always enjoy in a game. And I will do guides on all this type of stuff when the game is announced, and I'll get a bunch of guides out before the release. But I couldn't be bothered grinding out properly a Canadian account because, you know, I'm not going to play it once global starts. So I've had so many people asking me about the release date, and the truth is we don't know yet. There is nothing official, but I had so many DMs from people messaging me some tweets. So let's go over this. So Kaku Black Clover Mobile, I believe Kaku is I want to say it's French, but I could be wrong on that. You know, Twitter auto translates, so I don't actually see the language unless it tells me the language. Does it? Does it tell me the language? Translate post. French. It is French. Nailed it. So a French dude, and like the amount of people that messaged me this. Like there was another post. I can't remember which was the first one. Let's see. Was it this one? As you know, we're arriving in the home straight. There is a certain information that I do not have the right to give, but I assure you that we will have the right to news in the coming days or weeks. Once this got posted, I've been following Kaku from I think the start of Black Clover, but I never use Twitter. So like I go on Twitter maybe once a week when I'm like looking at a game specifically that I'm trying to find something out about. I don't really follow Twitter that well. I suck at it. I really shit at social media in general. But had a lot of people saying, "Oh boys, it's coming, it's coming." I'm like, dude, I'll cover it when we get some official news. But then he posted another one. I'm getting an announcement we made soon. This game is not scheduled to be released this month. Don't be too hype. So he had this one, which is basically saying everyone was thinking from that previous post that he had insider knowledge that the game was going to be like announced and launching this month. Now he's saying it's not. Honestly, guys, I have absolutely zero idea. I don't know if he does have an inside source. If he does, sick. You know, I have no idea. I am paying attention as much as I can, asking questions where I can to try and find the answers, but there are no answers to be had at this stage about the release of the game. But in general, will I be playing it at global? Yes, I will, because I love Black Clover. I'm doing a rewatch at the moment, and I really enjoy the rewatch of the anime. I just love it. I think it's a fantastic anime, so I love the IP. The game, yes, it leaves a little bit to be desired, but the big thing for me is that they said they are working on real-time arena. So my guess is that when we see real-time arena come into the other versions of the game, that is probably when we will get global. The problem I think that this game has is it's making absolute dog shit revenue, and you know that a game has to make revenue to make money, and I don't think it's purely because the game is bad. I mean, it does have its issues, but I think one of the problems is that it's, and I'm tentative to say this because people get angry when you say this sometimes, but it almost feels too free-to-play friendly in that you do get a lot of summons, you can get the characters, the dupes do matter to some extent, but not too much, and when you don't have real-time arena and your only arena is the auto AI arena, it's not as much of an incentive for people to spend and push, whereas I feel like once you get into a real-time arena, then it's more competitive, and that's when you start getting a system that people will spend more to flex on that real-time arena, because it's different fighting against an AI than it is if you play something like 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross and you know that person is on the other side and you want every edge you can get. So I feel like they're waiting for global, because my thought with this game, like after seeing what happened with the KRJP versions and then Canadian soft launch, I'm like, if this game doesn't have real-time arena, I don't see it doing well at all personally, because it's in the vein of that 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross, which just thrives on the real-time arena. Now, unlike 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross, because we do have the more traditional turn-based type combat in this game, and we don't have the card system, it means you have much less RNG in it. However, they put RNG into the game in terms of a lot of abilities are not 100%. So there's the bit of RNG that you get, which honestly, I think I prefer for PvP matters. I like the 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross card system because it just makes every battle different. But if they go ahead, I'm keen to see what they do for real-time arena. It's something that I'm watching really closely. I'm really keen to see how it goes. But for the real-time arena, I think it would have to be a pick and ban phase type thing, similar to Summoner's War. Summoner's War is a game that I played 10 years ago, and they introduced a really good real-time arena where I don't know if it's changed since then. It's been a long time since I played, but I really loved it because like the main rewards that you got from the real-time arena was like tokens to go ahead and get transmogs, which are skins basically, and like, so it was like more of a flex value type thing in the real-time arena instead of, you know, getting a ton of premium currency and stuff like that. But I honestly couldn't care what the rewards are. But the great thing about that Summoner's War style real-time arena system was that you got the pick and ban. So you could, like, the way it used to work, and this is off the top of my head, is you'd pick like 5 units, and then once you'd picked your 5 units, so you'd go through the pick, like I pick, you pick, I pick, you pick, I pick, you pick, and once the other player has picked a unit, you can't pick that unit, so you got to try and strategically get the units, but then once you've both picked the 5 units, then you each get to ban one of your opponent's units, so you've really got to build balanced teams and work like that, and I feel like that type of real-time arena could be really, really good for this game, because it's not like, once again, the 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross, where you have that randomization of the cards that makes every battle a little bit different. So the way you're making battles different in this game, to me, would be to have a pick and ban system so that your teams are always different, and it's more valuable to build a wide range of units so that you got counter picks and stuff like that. And I think pick and ban is a great form. So that's what I'm hoping they do for the real-time arena, because then it's just like, it's more like there's like a whole game before the battle even starts, and the game is the psychology game of what are you going to pick to block them from taking, and what are you going to take that can counter what they've already picked, and then what are you going to ban from them that they've already picked because it's too threatening to you. And I really do like that type of system, and that's what I'm really hoping they go for. But in general, there is no official release date. There is no official release date yet. You probably won't see me about this game until we do hear a release date, and then I will make a bunch of content in the lead up to the launch based off of what I've learned from the Canadian version. Free to play progression, that's what I normally focus on. I will be free to play in the game. I just never spend in gotchas, really. It's just not as fun to me, and I always quit the accounts when I do. So I have a problem where I just enjoy being free to play. But yeah, still going to play the game. No release date yet. I will update you guys as soon as I see anything with an official release date. I mean, just keep DMing me tweets if you want, and I'll keep looking at it until I see something that's legit, like that's 100% the official word. But anyway, guys, as always, thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing the next one. Cheers.